Welcome back to another episode of Real Estate Stories. Here's the big question. Do you need me? Do you need us if you're selling a house? Do you need a real estate agent or can you sell it yourself? We commonly refer to for sale by owners as FSBOs. Should you just FSBO your house and not hire us to sell it? And of course, joining me today, Mason Greenblatt.
Hello.
All right, so we came across this. Let me share this with everyone real quick, and we're going to give you 4 reasons why you might want to think about this. All right, so we came across this. I thought that this was pretty interesting. So for sale by owner homes sold for an average of 5.5% to 26.5% less than comparable homes listed on the MLS. And this is data provided by realestatewitch.com. We have no connection to them. Now, this is even more interesting, and we're going to hit this in a later point. 73% of buyers think either themselves or their agent could out-negotiate a for sale by owner seller. Pretty sneaky, sis. You got to remember, as real estate agents, if you're in this for real, amongst the many hats that we wear, we're kind of like our professional negotiators, right? So what that quote was saying is, if you're selling it yourself, the buyer and or buyer's agent believe that if you're a seller without representation, that they could take advantage of you in a negotiation. And I know everyone thinks they can't be taken advantage of. I know, I get it. But they often can. Anyway, let's jump into this. So four things to think about if you're selling your house. Mason, give us one thing.
The safety of showings. So being home when some Joe Schmo is coming to look at your house.
Well, it may not be Joe Schmo. Joe Schmo may have a lot of money. But here's the question, right? So with a real estate agent, appointments are confirmed. The agent is vetted. That agent knows their buyer. There's often a secure lockbox system and an appointment required, and everything is documented and tracked. I know that if I'm trying to sell my home by myself, I'm certainly not letting a stranger into my house, or not letting my wife, your mom, let a stranger into my house to tour it. So I think that there's potentially a security issue there in trying to, and just a scheduling issue, like trying to figure out how do I do that and how does that all work anyway. But when you are listed with a real estate agent, they will have a system in place to make sure that everyone is escorted, that everybody is vetted, and that you don't have to worry about those kind of things. Give me another one.
Preparing the contracts and the deed, all the paperwork. Who's handling that?
Yeah, exactly. So as real estate agents, at least here in New Jersey, South Jersey, where we cover, could be different in different areas. We use a contract, which is a template provided by the New Jersey Association of Realtors, right? It's a pretty straightforward contract. It's very consumer friendly. However, to make sure that you're not breaking any rules in New Jersey, I don't recommend, if you are going to sell your home on your own, don't download some random contract on Google. Probably not a good idea. So if you're going to go that route, you probably should contact a local real estate attorney. And it's interesting because in the throes of a real estate transaction, sometimes our transactions have attorneys involved, sometimes they don't. It's not a requirement in our geographic area. But if you don't have a real estate agent involved, you got to have somebody who can pull that paperwork together. And there's a bunch of paperwork, by the way. It's not just the contract, right? You mentioned the deed. There's residency forms and all kinds of other stuff that gets done during the course of a transaction that you probably don't even know about. So keep that in mind too. Important to have some sort of legal representation, and there will be a cost associated with that. Give us another one, Mason.
Low ball offers. People thinking that they can get on or get away with a lower offer because it's not on the market.
Yep. So we kind of hinted at that one before, right? Yeah. That was right over here. That was right here, right? So that
Yep.
was 73% of buyers think either themselves or their agent could out negotiate a for sale by owner seller. Pretty interesting, right? So they know that you're not represented. They also know you're paying a discounted commission. So they figure, well, I could probably negotiate something down in general, right? So pretty interesting. It's a stat. It's actually a statistic, right? Because it ties right back to this statistic up here, which is homes sold for sale by owner, FSBO, homes sold for an average of 5.5 to 26% less than comparable homes. I think the 26% is probably extreme.
Yeah, it seems
I'm
pretty.
not sure. I don't know the origin of all this data. I mean, they're saying where they got it from, but sure, I think that 10 to 20% would not be uncommon. I've heard statistics all day long. 10% is a no-brainer. So, that certainly, even if it's just 10%, that more than covers the cost of a real estate agent.
Yeah.
So another important thought there. And what else? What's our fourth, Mason?
Our fourth is marketing. So how is the seller going to market his own home?
Yep, it's a great question, right? So you could put it on Zillow as a for sale by owner, and you could field the phone calls and have showings, right? That's one way. There are flat fee MLS brokerages that for give or take $500, that brokerage will put your home in the multiple listing service. They won't do anything else. They're not going to prepare a contract. They're not going to do a single thing, but you can pay a flat fee to get the exposure. And if you do that, you're probably also, not probably, almost always also paying some sort of buyer's agent compensation through that for participating brokerage. So then you're paying that, you're paying a flat fee MLS, and then you're probably paying an attorney to prepare the contracts because that brokerage isn't most likely is not going to do that. Oh, and by the way, you're probably, if you want good exposure or you want your home to look nice, you're probably also paying a professional photographer to come to your house. Maybe a stager also, if you're not sure how to kind of fine tune your house. So you're picking up a lot of other expenses, which may all be included under the banner of hiring a professional real estate agent, handling all that for you, and then selling your house for 5 to 26% more anyway.
Yeah, you're spending so much, and just to save a couple of bucks on commission, when in reality, you might not be saving any.
You're probably leaving money on the table. And look, we're going to be biased. Whoever you are watching this, we're going to be biased, right? We're real estate agents. But I kind of believe in life that hiring the best professional for a job is always best, right?
Yeah.
A shade tree mechanic is not necessarily going to be the best guy to fix a Lexus, right? A Lexus technician is probably the best guy to do it because that's all he does, or she. That's all he or she does, right? So I believe, I can read about best stocks to invest in and how to invest my money, and it may give me a decent grounding and understanding that. But I'm not going to be an expert at it if I don't do it every day. So I'm going to find an expert who invests money for people to invest for me, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's the same. You can sell your house on your own. You can. There's no rule that says you can't. But is it the best decision, right? I don't know. You want a new kitchen in your house, you should hire a contractor who is really good at putting in new kitchens, right? I can do it myself. It's probably not going to come out as good. Or I can hire a general handyman, and that may not come out as good either. But if I hire a kitchen guy, it's probably going to come out really good, right? So I think that in life, sometimes things may appear to cost more money up front, but in reality, they don't. If you hire the right professional to do a specific job, in the big picture, it should work out better for you than trying to pinch a few dollars and either not hire that person or hire the wrong person.
Yeah.
Words of wisdom. All right, guys. Thank you for watching once again. All of our contact information is in the description box below if you're watching on YouTube. We do appreciate your comments, your likes, and please subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate it. If there's anything we can do to help you here in Southern New Jersey or anywhere in the United States, again, feel free to reach out to us. Mason.
Thank you.
Love you.